Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now. Defending champions Australia come visiting India for a 3-match T20I series in the build-up to that T20 World Cup, which means there is a lot of context to this series. My name is Tanay Tiwari and today we are having a look at the top 5 players you must keep an eye out on in this series. Now, Virat Kohli would make it to any players to watch out for list for any series. Every series that he plays, he is the one with all the limelight on him. But more so in this Australia series because he's had such a spectacular Asia Cup, an average of 92 plus. By the end of it, he also ended his century drought after 1,021 days. But all that Indian fans are hoping right now is that he consistently keeps doing that, consistently keeps batting in this new fashion. Once set, accelerate. Will Virat Kohli do that? Australia are perhaps the perfect opposition to go ahead and try that against. Will he, won't he? Of course, time will tell, but all eyes will be on Virat Kohli. From one modern day great to another, from Virat Kohli to Steve Smith. Now, Steve Smith is in a peculiar situation in that Australian batting order. He's surrounded by some big hitters. There's Marsh, there's Maxwell, there's Stoinis, there's Tim David, and then there's Steve Smith, someone who post the last T20 World Cup has had a strike rate of under 110, and that's concerning because if he wants to keep being a part of that Australian side, keep contributing to their wins, he must accelerate. How he does that, can he do that against a very formidable opposition like India, will remain to be seen in this series, and he will be under a good amount of scrutiny from this series. At the beginning of Asia Cup 2022, Yuzvendra Chahal was India's lead spinner. But come this Asia Cup, those wickets just didn't come for Yuzvendra Chahal. Only 4 wickets in the tournament, and that economy rate just didn't do justice to the kind of bowler that Yuzi Chahal is. Towards the end of it though, it seemed like he was getting his rhythm back. And this Australia series will be a big test for Yuzi Chahal. He'd love to continue bowling with the same rhythm, keep picking those big wickets in heaps, because if he has to stake claim to a spot in India's playing 11 in the T20 World Cup, this might be a good audition for that. Because in Australia, if Team India decide to go in with 4 pacers, there'll be only 1 slot for a spinner, and Yuzi Chahal would dearly want that. If he does, he must start now. Now, Rishabh Pant is a proven match winner in tests. Increasingly in ODIs, we saw that in England as well. But in T20I is a format where you'd think he'd be the most natural. It just hasn't translated into the kind of numbers that everyone would want to see from Rishabh Pant. That strike rate of 130, that average of 28, it's decent, but it's not in the Rishabh Pant territory. Now, that Indian middle order has a lot of batters, a lot of people vying for some limited options. There's Sky, there's Hardik, there's Deepak Hooda, then there's Dinesh Karthik who can also keep wickets for India, which means Rishabh Pant in this Australia series may be in the now or never territory. He's made it to the T20 World Cup squad for India, but if he wants a place in the playing 11, he must start scoring those big runs in this Australia series. Now, there's no doubting the fact that Tim David is a global T20 superstar even before he came into the reckoning for Australia. Look at those numbers for him. 2,500 plus runs in T20s at a strike rate in excess of 160. That is the definition of a superstar batter. And he comes into an Australian team that is already packed with a lot of superstars like Maxwell, there's Marsh, there's also Steve Smith, David Warner, which means he will have his job cut out. Indian fans saw glimpses of him for the Mumbai Indians, saw what he can do at the biggest of stages. This series is a big stage for Tim David and he'd like to make the most of it. Well, those are our picks for the top 5 players to watch out for in this series. There are, of course, comebacks into Team India as well. Jasprit Bumrah, Harshal Patel, and perhaps most importantly, Mohammad Shami. You must keep an eye out on those Indian pacers as well. Would your list look different? Don't forget to share it with us. We're across all social media platforms and we'd love to hear your views as well.